we quit RV life. And I don't mean the fake quit that all the other videos have when they're not really quitting. I mean, we actually quit RV life. Many of you might not even know that we lived and traveled in the RV for the last 3 years, just because it's not something that we've really focused on with our content. So no worries there. Everything will still be the same. We will still be traveling. We will still be sharing content. So not a big deal. But we did want to kind of chat about why we quit RV life, and then kind of just reflect on the past 3 years on what RV life looked for us, the biggest struggles we had, what we enjoyed most about it, and then ultimately what led us to decide to stop RVing. So before I get into why we stopped RVing, I just wanted to share with you some of the reasons we decided to RV in the first place. It was a little bit after COVID and we were working all the time. I was taking my kids to school. This was after school started back up. And I just felt so rushed and busy in life, and that I wasn't really getting to enjoy the things that I wanted to enjoy with my family. We were working to save money, and then we could only take maybe one vacation a year, which is pretty typical for, you know, the average American family. And I just decided that that wasn't the life for me, which sounds funny. And of course, I've always been a hard worker. I know that I needed to work to make money, to support my family, and I totally understand that. But just the getting up, getting the kids ready, dropping them off to be in the care of somebody else all day, me work all day, then go pick up, then do dinner, homework if they have it, bedtime routine, and then start the same thing over again. It just got to be too much. So I had actually found a couple families on YouTube that were living and traveling in their RV full time. And at the time it wasn't super popular and I didn't even really know it was a possibility, but I started watching these other families that did it and kind of got the idea of like, oh my gosh, why can't we do this? I was already working remotely, and so I brought the idea up to my husband, who was completely shocked because this was completely different than anything that I have done. And he was just like, I know I can do that, but can you do that? And I'm like, yeah, I think it'd be great. So we started the process. He agreed, thought it was a good idea. We started the process of looking for an RV that would fit our family and the truck and all of that.
Here's Tara's first time driving the truck. She's doing good so far.
We found something. We bought it maybe 2 months after we decided to make that change, which was pretty quick. At this point, neither of us had ever towed an RV, so we kind of didn't know what we were getting into, but hey, you only live once, so we were going for it. We had decided on an older RV, and we took a couple months to renovate the entire thing, change out all the paint, just kind of made it more appealing to our family, or more aesthetic to our family. And then we just decided to go for it. Since I was working remote, that was easy. My husband did have to quit his job and did secure another job prior to going full-time, which was great. We did buy into the Thousand Trails membership, not right away, but within a couple months of us starting RVing. And that was a good option for us because we did utilize it quite a bit, and then you can actually resell at the end. Not for as much as you bought it for, but still, if we looked at the nights that we stayed there versus what we paid for the membership, it was still a good investment for us at the time. So just want to mention that not all Thousand Trails are the same. Chances are you will end up liking some and you'll end up hating some. Amenities can really be hit or miss at each park, and some of them are a little bit further out in the country than others, and others are closer to cities. If you do join Thousand Trails, I highly suggest going onto the different Facebook groups specific to Thousand Trails. There you'll learn about all the different properties, and even some properties that you won't be able to fit in depending on the size of your rig. And then that way you can basically plan your course according to other people's recommendations. So over the 3 years that we did RV life, we typically stayed at places 3-ish weeks. Some places we did stay a month. We did winter someplace for 6 months. And then we did stay places for a week sometimes. It really just depended on the location and where we were going, what RV resort we were trying to get to. But all in all, it was such a cool experience. We went to places that we would have never gone otherwise. Destinations where, you know, you wouldn't think to yourself like, oh, I want to go there on a trip. but we got to see and explore so many cool things because of this. We were in a lot of areas that we had never even thought about. We would explore within an hour to 2 hours from the RV parks we were at, and just got to see and experience so many things. Total, we did visit, I think, 27 states in the RV. And then we also did get to take a cruise to Mexico, just a Disney cruise, which I highly recommend. But we got to do some other things as well outside of the RV, even during the time we were staying there. It's super easy just to park your RV, leave it, and catch a flight and then come back to it. It's perfectly fine. We are a family of 5 with a large dog and 2 cats. So being in the RV sometimes got very overwhelming, and of course we utilized outside space as much as possible. We were always getting the kids outside, getting the dog outside, and the dog got more outside time in the RV than he did living in a house, or in the townhouse we lived in without a yard. So that was great. The hard part is we are a blended family, which means our son, my stepson, was not with us full time. And we did get him for all of summer and then a couple holidays as well. But it was still really hard to be away from him for a good majority of the year, which is one of the main reasons that we stopped RVing. So as much as we loved being in new places and getting to explore them, it is hard being in new places when it comes to grocery stores, whatever stores that you typically go to are always changing. And a lot of the towns that we went to were smaller and didn't have a lot of the same stores that we were used to. So that's another struggle that we had. And then just being near friends and family, having that community. Mind you, we did meet plenty of friends along the way who are full-time RVers, who are still RVing, we're still friends with. We did make a ton of friends, but it was always hard only being near them for a couple weeks at most. I think some we were with for a month, which was great. And then leaving them. That's really hard for the kids to not have, and we did see them over and over, but to not have them around and have that community, and a constantly changing community. So we definitely did miss our family and friends back in Utah. So to kind of wrap up, we love RV life. We loved it, and we recommend it to anybody who can and wants to do it. I don't necessarily think so much that we quit RV life versus we're just kind of moving to the next phase of life. It doesn't mean that we have negative feelings about it. We're actually kind of sad that we're done RVing. I'm really sad because of the travel aspect. But it was just what was right for our family at the time, and you can have both things. You can still need something else, but then still miss what you're letting go of. And who knows what the future will bring. Who knows if we'll go back to it, maybe years down the road, we don't know. But this is just what we're doing right now. So for the time being, we will still be traveling domestically, internationally, and sharing all the information, so nothing is changing here. But let us know if you have any questions about RV life in the comments. We're happy to answer and give you any resources that we have. So make sure to stick around as we continue to go on adventures, share those destinations with you, and also give some budget tips on traveling as a family. Thanks for watching.